Hello there, world. I almost said good morning, but I realized that you could be watching this at night, you could be watching this in the afternoon, you could be watching this at 3:35 a.m. That would be morning. Anyways, I made a video already, and I was like, that annoyed. I watched it, and I was like, that was just so annoying. If it's annoying to me, I don't want to annoy other people. I mean, good Lord, if you're annoying to yourself, if your own farts stink, imagine what they smell like to other people. So I was like, I can't inflict that on people. It was like 38 minutes or something like that. But I thought I'd give a quick update on my benzo intake. My voice was bad in the other video. Now my voice is even worse. But here's the deal. I seem to be able to do, as of the 13th, when I had my oral surgery. Before the 13th, I did 10 days on a quarter. Was doing much, much better than I am now. And then from my oral surgery on the 13th of April, I updosed. And then since then, I can only do like 2 days at a quarter dose at a time. And I have a new thing sorry about that, that's been going on for like, at least a week, where my knee is swollen up and hurts like a bastard and I can barely walk on it. It took me like 15 minutes to do the garbage yesterday, so it's kind of hard to suffer through the kindling type withdrawal and do the knee thing. I have the problem with the knee at the same time. So I can do 2 days at a time on a quarter as of the 13th of April. And that seems to be about it. So today's Monday. I did Friday and Saturday at a quarter. They weren't fun days. But the third day is always the one that tells the tale for me. So yesterday, the third day, I woke up after 3 hours sleep, just feeling horrible, and I knew I had to get through a whole day on 3 hours sleep, and I'm like, I need a couple more hours sleep, so I took a quarter of a milligram in the morning, then I took a quarter of a milligram about 10 o'clock at night, and to make sure I would go to sleep, and took another quarter of a milligram, so that's 3 times what I want to be taking, and that's not good, and I don't feel great at the moment. But when I take sleeping pills, and I have a really effective sleeping pills, I feel so horrible in the morning and just so mean and humorless when I take that particular sleeping pill. And then I have hydroxyzine, which didn't like the way I felt yesterday, and it didn't work. Yeah, I don't. Ugh. So, anyways, I have to go to the doctor at 2:40. I haven't been out of the house except for to take out the garbage yesterday, in like at least somewhere between 10 days and 2 weeks, because I've spent like a week with a bad leg where I can't hardly walk, and it hurts like hell to walk. It hurts just laying there. I haven't tried to get out of bed and walk today. So that's my benzo update, is 2 days at a time on a quarter milligram is about the best I've been able to do. Hopefully, if I can get my knee straightened around, and today maybe they'll give me some cortisone shots in my knee to where I can use the damn thing. It doesn't hurt like holy hell. Maybe I can do better with my taper. As far as like the people in my life, they don't get it. I don't know if I'm sure they're not putting out any effort to get it. I put it like this in the previous video. It's like, if you got $50 and somebody wants to borrow $2, you can do it. If you got $10 and somebody wants to borrow $2, that's a different story. So that's why I look at like emotional currency. Like, if you're dealing with people that only got $10 worth of emotional currency and you want them to support you, good luck with that. Like I said, like last night, I'm talking to somebody, and I'm talking to this person all the time, and I'm like, yeah, I can't hardly walk, I'm going to have to get a ride to the doctor's tomorrow. I can't get on my electric bike because I can't trust my leg, and I can't hardly bend my knee. So bending my knee and putting my foot on a pedal, even though I don't have to spin the pedals, it's an electric bike. I don't think I can do it. So I'm going to have to ask for a ride. And they listen quietly, and then they're like, my hand was cramping up when I was doing yard work yesterday. That's how they relate. But, it's not particularly, I won't say it irked me or anything like that. It wasn't unexpected, but it's not particularly help. You want it, I guess you want somebody to say, comment on your leg if you're talking about your leg. It's like ask questions about it, or, if they can't, I don't know. So anyways, that person just, um, you can't expect any emotional help from 'em. I feel all twitchy. So like I say, man, it's like you don't really get well. Like this, they have that expression, get well with drugs. You don't get well with Xanax. You don't take the drug and feel normal. You take the drug and it takes the edge off your nerves. Um, so yeah, it's a hell of a drug, like that. It doesn't even fix you when you take it. So that's why I'm like I am this morning, and twitchy and stuff, and making these weird facial expressions. I mean, I do not feel good, but yeah. So upping the dose helped me get some sleep yesterday. To make sure I had sleep for my doctor's appointment today, but I'm, as you can tell, kind of a mess. But yeah, if I get the knee straightened out and get a little bit of stability with the people in my life, which I don't expect that part. The latter I do not expect, but if I can get my knee straightened around, um, to where I can walk on it and use it, and then I can deal with the taper better, I think. Because if I was doing good at a quarter after taking, see, I went to a quarter after 17 days, so I went from a milligram to a quarter in 17 days, and then did 10 days at a quarter, and it wasn't comfortable. It was miserable, but I did it, and I was clearer headed, and I was better. I was emotionally better, and less fragmented in thought. And if you watch the videos, I was able to tell stories and laugh and stuff like that. So I think I can get back there. It's just I'm on overstrained system, and the last week I haven't been able to walk on my knee without wanting to scream. It's knee swollen up and not too flexible. Yeah, so that's my update. I'm not gonna stay on here. I was so annoyed by the other video that was 38 minutes that I was like, I can't inflict this on people. It's like, it's annoying me. I can't inflict that on anybody. So, yeah, that's how I'm doing. I'll let you know within a couple of days how the doctor's appointment went. And if they gave me cortisone shots in the knee before, and they take a couple of days to work. And yeah, this is a rough situation for sure, man. You got anxiety, and then you got a bad knee, and you can't leave your house because you can't walk around on your knee. And then the people in your life that could maybe, give you a ride, or you could go visit, you can't trust them because, they got $10. Some of them got $5. Some of them got no dollars and will lash out at you and be abusive to you. So, if you understood that metaphor, that's kind of stretching the metaphor pretty thin. But, jeez. I got nerves already just because I haven't left the house and I have to go to the doctor's in less than 5 hours. And yeah, I'm going to have to figure something out because this isn't doable. I shouldn't be nervous. Not this bad. I do have to interact with people because I can't hop on a bicycle and just go myself, which would be less stressful to me if I just hopped on my electric bike. But, I can't risk hurting myself, and I can't trust my leg, and it's barely can bend it. I don't know if I could even bend it and put it on the pedal. It's just not safe. It's just not a good idea. So I have to interact with people, and people that I've had problems with in the last 2, 3 weeks. Now, I could interact with strangers if I would have had a warning that my knee was going to be this bad and arrange for like a ride through my insurance, or, you know, I'm not going to pay a taxi to go. I have to go like literally 1/3 of a mile. That's, how close my doctor's is to my house. So I'm not paying a cab for that. I talked to this person last night, and well, they live right around here anyway, so it's no problem for them. It's just that the emotional currency thing, and I had problems with them earlier in the month where, I forgive them for that. That wasn't cool, but what they did, but I forgive them for it. So I don't have any real bad feelings toward them, like other people that I have in my life. So yeah, that's why does it take me so long to say everything? I swear to God, I used to be good at talking before I was on these drugs and stuff. I did talk about some interesting things in the other video, um, but I don't know. I just feel maybe it's just me. I'm not that annoying. I'm just like that. So maybe I'm not all that bad. I don't know. I don't want to annoy people. I don't want to have people saying, "What the fuck is this guy talking about?" Like he's not making any sense. You know. I did one thing I did want to talk about, and it shouldn't take too long. Is because the last 4 and 5 years have been so bad for me, and I was smoking weed for some of that as a so-called coping mechanism, and I had to quit smoking weed and quit tobacco because I started having um, heart issues like about 4 years ago, and then it took me a while to quit. But I what bothers me with my mind and my memory is that I can't exactly remember how I was when I started taking the Xanax. I remember I had insomnia. I remember I had some difficult things going on in my life, and with family, and with my mom in the process of passing. And but I don't remember how I got. I don't even remember how I got addicted to Xanax. I don't remember how that happened because I didn't get it from a doctor. I got it off of a friend. They had extras. I was complaining about not sleeping, and they were like, "Well, you can try these. These will help you sleep." And they gave me a couple of Xanax, and then I started taking them, getting them off them periodically, and then more regularly. And then I think that's when my anxiety got worse, is after I started taking the Xanax. But that doesn't necessarily mean I can put all the blame on the Xanax for that, because it could have been uh, my mom dying and all that stuff, and But that's the way I remember it. Is I took the Xanax initially for insomnia, and then my anxiety got worse after I was already taking the Xanax, because that paradoxical effect, that's a real thing that happens. You start taking something for a symptom, and it makes the symptom worse. So, but it bothers me that I can't remember that all that clearly, and I wasn't taking a lot of Xanax. I think that's just the way my mind works, because um, I don't have a good relationship with chronological memory. Like this happened, and this happened. I can remember things, but the order, I got a little trouble with the order. keeping it all straight. But yeah, I'll leave this one short, and I'm going to talk to you for just a couple of more minutes, and if I can have a couple more minutes of your time. Um, what I want to talk about, and of course it just went because I had to do a funny voice and mess myself up. But what I want to talk about is, like, was looking at people's videos and they apologize for not checking in as often or not making a video in a while to whatever audience they had built up or whatever. With me, it'd have to be the opposite. I would have to apologize for making a video every day, because I would make a video every day, but I don't like the redundancy factor, and I don't like it's like jumping in the middle of a series. It's kind of hard to jump in the middle of a series and know what the hell's going on. So I'm always thinking, like, in terms of people that are just watching this as the first time they've seen me in one of these things, and they wouldn't have a damn clue as to what's going on with the whole storyline, just like jumping in the middle of a series. So, but then the other audience that have been watching my videos, the few people that are following this, they're like, well, this is boring. I've already heard this before. So it's kind of like a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation as far as viewership. But really, I'm just doing this to try to help myself. And if it helps anybody, that's awesome. That makes me feel real good. But I'm just doing this to try to help myself. Get my mind straight, and it has therapeutic value in a number of ways for me, and I would do one every day, and just to sort this mess out, to articulate it and keep it all straight. But yeah, that's my update, and as always, I hope you're doing better than me. And I thank you for your time. And I'll check in like every 2 or 3 days. That's about the most I would feel comfortable doing this. There's just something like that feels narcissistic or ego driven about looking at yourself and talking and having that presumption that you're interesting enough. Yeah. I don't know. I'm sorry about the long goodbye thing. I'm trying to clean up my act as far as making better videos for people, and trying to clean up the and the thing I just did, and the long goodbyes and all that, just to make a better product. The drugs kind of make it hard, kind of hard on your brain. But most of you that are watching this, you already know what that's about, so I'll have some compassion there maybe. And again, I hope you're doing better than me, and I wish you all the best. And we'll talk to you the next time. Goodbye.